Good morning, everybody. I will be Lindsay today, using her login so I can record. Anna, good morning.
Good morning.
Give it a couple more minutes, see if we get some other people joining. Sounds good, Anna. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, well, this may be a small group today. I guess we can start off. Ravi Kumar and Esther. Have you guys been on the call before? You don't have to talk if you want to chat.
I did several times.
Okay, perfect. Good, well, good morning, everybody. I'm using, as stated earlier, I'm using Lindsay's login so I can be able to record the call. She's going to be on the ladies of ORAAT call today with Mark, the financial firefighter. So she won't be joining us today.
Yeah, sorry, this is my first call. I just joined this school a couple of days back. This is my first meeting.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, welcome. Pronounce your name for me. Ravi. Perfect. Okay. Well, awesome, Ravi. Happy to have you here. What we do, just to give you a little rundown, is we kind of just basically it's an accountability call. We go over any wins or losses from the past week, kind of learn about everybody's market, what they're doing, where they're at, where they're from, and just getting a little background and understanding that. And I like to help out however I can with out-of-state investing. So, Ravi, if you don't mind, would you like to give a little introduction and talk to us a little bit about your background and what you have going on?
I live in Bay Area, California. I've been trying to invest last 5 years at least. So I was able to get some property in Denison, Texas.
Okay.
It's a duplex townhome, a duplex house. So I have a two-door. I've been renting it out past couple of years. It's been going good. So right now, I'm looking for a new investment property. I was looking at Texas, but I was thinking maybe I can diversify. I can buy somewhere else. Currently, I'm interested in check out market in California. Area, single family house. That's what I'm looking for right now. But at the same time, if there is a good market out there somewhere else outside of the out of the state, I mean.
Awesome. And Robbie, what part of the Bay Area are you at?
I'm in Pleasanton.
Oh, Pleasanton. Okay. I'm doing 2 flips in Pleasant Hill right now. I'm in Fairfield in Solano County.
It's closer to me, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing 2. Well, one is selling this next week, and then I'm finishing another one in Pleasant Hill. 2 townhouses that I'm flipping.
Probably I will just take a look at
Yeah, we can connect after this, and definitely, I always open up my projects to anybody that want to come see them. I just got a new one in Vallejo. Actually, I close on that next week. But yeah, that's cool. Good to hear that you're close and looking out of state. So how's Texas been for you? I know you said you've been out there a couple of years.
Cash flowing. I was able to actually using some contractors. I built those houses, and then after I used HELOC to build. Then after that, I got a 0.625 interest rate.
Okay.
So I had to put like at least 40% down payment.
Yeah.
60 is on the loan. Paying like $400. So I use a property manager right now.
Okay.
I'm thinking of managing it myself in the future. In Texas, is the property taxes. Property taxes always is going up, and insurance also went up. But luckily, like I got insurance from Steadily, so I got a good rate. So that's been
good. Okay. Well, I invest in Alabama. I've been in Alabama for about 5 years now, investing out there. Actually, February would be 5 years. Yeah. I've never invested in Texas. I've looked into it. I think that was when I was analyzing out of state markets. Texas was one of them. It's just those property taxes. It was really high at the time in 2020, and it still is. But not opposed to looking out there. So that's cool. Robbie, pleasure to have you on the call, and good to meet you. Mr. Fears, good morning. Rick, good morning.
Yeah, I'm muted. How you doing this morning, sir?
Good. You working today?
Yes, I am, sir. Yes, sir.
All good.
Yes. Burning these streets down. Yes, sir.
Nice. Jim, good morning. How you doing?
Pretty good. Closed on my property, going to look at it and get measurements and everything on Monday.
Oh, nice. When did you close?
Actually closed yesterday. It's all everything was signed yesterday.
Congratulations.
Kind of sucks seeing the money go out of the account though.
Oh, of course. But it'll feel better when it comes back in.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. That's huge.
Yeah. So
you're going down tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
You're going down tomorrow, you said?
No, I'm not going to go out there till Monday. It's snowing right now.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with that.
So what's first on the rehab list? What are you thinking?
Oh, it's one of them's a gut. So first thing, get it in demo so I can see it. Because I know I'm going to have to repair framing and stuff on the backside of one of the houses. So the biggest thing is I want to get all my measurements so I can get everything ordered. And then get the backside completely gutted. And then make a determination once the walls are opened up how much I'm going to get, how far I'm going to go.
Yeah. What's your estimated rehab time frame?
I hope one unit could be done in a month or less.
Oh, okay.
But the other one's going to take probably 2 months. I think I should have them both rented by June-ish.
That's not too bad.
That's my hope. Yeah. So what management system are you using? Are you using all property managers?
From out of states?
Yeah.
Out of states is all, or majority of them are Turbo Tenant. The remainder is just me self-managing. So I'm still, Turbo Tenant is still self-managing, but we've talked about less like Turbo Tenant. What I like is it has a whole bookkeeping software on there. So it'll link up to your bank account. You can track all expenses through Turbo Tenant. I connect with my tenants on Turbo Tenant. They message me only through there. They can open up maintenance requests. They can send pictures. We can update them with the contractor status, like en route, or case closed, maintenance case closed, things like that. So I use Turbo Tenant. I paid for the premium one of that, and then I have about 4 that are not on Turbo Tenant. Those are owned separately, just myself right now. So
I'm looking at Door Loop right now because it has the same thing. It has a system for accounting and everything too.
Okay, I've never heard of Door Loop, but I know I've heard of Himlane, spoken very highly of. She actually spoke at Zuber's event.
Yeah.
And then Himlane, Turbo Tenant, and Stessa is another one that was highly I've heard is really good. We actually used that for a couple months, but Turbo Tenant was just so far the best one I've seen in my experience. The Doorloop might be great. I'm not sure, but
I like the way the accounting system works for Doorloop. It's way similar to QuickBooks.
Okay.
So that's an advantage to me because then it also stores online.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by one account cost me $115 a month for QuickBooks.
Oh yeah. So that QuickBooks account also, you could separate by properties as well.
Mine I can't.
Okay, so you may have to.
I can. Mine I can't.
Oh, okay. So what I did was when I had that, I don't remember the plan name, but for my QuickBooks, I had to upgrade. I actually spoke with the rep at QuickBooks. I had to upgrade the plan in order to separate up to like 40 different properties, I think it was. But you could essentially link and separate if you have your coming out of your business account.
Yeah, I want to keep the business, the properties separate from my construction business completely.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
and your personal,
nothing to do with those two.
And
because it's going to reduce my cost for workman's comp.
Yes. Yep. And you don't want to use your personal expenses for your rentals.
Exactly. Yeah. Correct. Hey, I have to jump off this call. I got guys out working.
All right.
I'm just going to mute it for a minute.
You're good. You're good. Rick, good question. Okay. How many tenant terms did you say average in a year? My fourplex, I'm coming up my fourth or fifth tenant term. Oh wow. So I'll answer that, Rick. I don't have any multifamily. All of my properties are all single family. The reason I've been so committed to single family is, one is the huge reason is the turnover rate. I've found that people on the lower income where I'm investing, their goal is to get to a single family house. They want a yard, they want a patio, they want a room, they want a driveway. So that is something they want to stay in longer, if that makes sense. And like I said, I don't have any multifamily, but what I've seen with multifamily with friends and reading and research, that, you know, you get a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and then a fourplex, that's a stepping stone. They want to get to that single family. They want to get to that, you know. So I don't know if that's the reason why. Where is this property located?
Hey, I got just a minute to come off mute. It's actually in Oregon City, Oregon.
Okay.
It's never been a great cash flower, but it was part of a 1031 that I did a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm not sure what I'm going to do. We were originally going to retire up there in about 5.5 years and house hack it, but I'm not sure how much I want to keep feeding an alligator, right? So it's kind of, do I just sell at this point, or do I try to 1031 into, like South Bend, Indiana or something like that? I'm just not sure what I'm going to do at this point, but it's causing me a lot of headaches with all the tenant turnovers. I mean, the only one making money really is the PM. I'm actually.
So that's what I was gonna say is if they're vetting the tenants, they're finding them. Have you talked to them about it? Because that doesn't seem.
Yeah, I mean, they're happy about it. It's like one tenant had another kid, so they need a larger space. Another one was Section 8. That she was paying the most rent, but she was also a headache, so she's leaving. It's just been a variety of reasons.
Are they on year leases?
The Section 8 went, so they in Oregon they can go month to month when their leases.
Oh,
yeah, it's kind of messy. So also another strike against owning in Oregon.
Yeah.
How many signs does a university need to give you before you go, I'm out?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. I actually just spoke with my Section 8 caseworker 2 days ago in Alabama. And yeah, we cannot do month to month. We actually have some HAP contracts that are expiring soon. So we're raising those rents. There's a window time frame of 120 to 60 days prior to their HAP contract expiring where you can submit for the rent increase. No effect to the tenant at all. They have to sign off on it, but it doesn't affect them at all. It's just more coming in from the subsidy. So I didn't know that they could do month to month there. That doesn't make it an incentive to rent to Section 8, honestly.
Yeah, welcome to the left coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm leaning towards either just selling it and at this point paying the taxes and buying something in Indiana, or if I can complete another 1031. I mean, those like you got to kind of grit your teeth and get through them. So I'm not sure.
I would say though, for tenant terms, that's and you know, full disclosure, I don't have any multifamily, but that does seem very high. 4 or 5 tenants in a year and a half.
Yeah.
I have average of around 3 to 4 years right now. I think I've only one house we've turned once. We've got one house we've had 2 tenants in 5 years. The rest I've had the same tenant, if not maybe 2.
Nice.
But
Okay.
yeah, we keep them. Yeah, like, but I mean, self-managing, of course. We're vetting our tenants. We're fully going through it, and nobody's going to care for your property as good as you, right? So, I would definitely start with the PM. Like, why is this happening? This doesn't seem right. This is stressful. Like, a PM is supposed to eliminate the stress of the property, right? And it sounds like they're not. So
exactly. Yeah, it's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more hands-on than my other properties.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. I would look at maybe some other investors in the area who they're using for a PM, or just see, you know. I mean, I wouldn't have jumped. I don't know the headaches you're really getting, and I don't know the money situation on that, but I wouldn't jump to immediately selling it. I would maybe just, you know, I think the cheapest route is maybe find another PM. You're already paying that price, but if you could just find the same one for the same price, that'll perform better. Then the property might give you less headaches. But yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that.
Theory about the tenant turnaround. Like I've been I have only one duplex unit. I've been renting out for 2 years. I'm using PM. You know, my instruction to the PM was like, you know, get some tenant with a high credit quality, right? So but the whoever have high credit quality, you know, high credit, right? So they ended up buying another house and then they moved out. So now what I'm thinking is like, you know, I should compromise, like, you know, maybe rate is not that good. If high credit rate, people will, you know, move to buying, they will go and buy a house. The people, they have a, you know, 500 or 550 plus range. That's my theory. Yeah, please share yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Robbie. Well, does anybody
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Esther. Go ahead, please.
How do you do showing when you use turbo tenant?
Oh, good question. So I have boots on the ground in my market in Alabama. I have a cousin who's a realtor. So what she will do is I'll usually throw her like $75 or $100, and she has all my documents for my move-in checklist. She has all my documents for my move-out checklist. And then she just holds my keys. So I got kind of lucky because I have family out there. But she's been unavailable, and I've used my contractor. I've had him do it and just pay for his time to just walk a property. He gives me the full rundown of the individual. Like, what does their car look like? What do they pull up in? What are they, you know, how are they communicating, talking, just from after my phone interviews with the tenant. So I utilize my cousin. And then I've utilized my contractor. There are agencies out there that will do pictures, and I have to find it, but I have the company. You can pay them, I think, $100 or $150. They'll go take pictures. They'll go be your boots on the ground for you. It's a company nationwide, and they'll just send reps out to do that. And I don't know the name off the top of my head. But the easiest way I found, I have another friend who invests in Alabama who knows nobody. He uses his real estate agent. So he's actually connected with an agent out there. His agent holds his keys and does his walkthroughs and just takes care of it. It just pays for his time, you know, on the books, just pays for his time. So I think building a relationship with somebody boots on the ground is the best way. If it is on market, you can use the listing agent or the buyer's agent. You can use those agents and try to just connect with them. For the off-market deals, you will have to find like boots on the ground, contractor, realtor, and just make a connection with them.
Okay.
How's the Woodland house?
So 2 weeks ago was my last call. I had to miss last week. We were driving up from LA. 2 weeks ago, the last thing I said to you guys was I was getting a dumpster delivered, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I got a 40-yard dumpster delivered that day. I showed up. He had a single axle trailer blocking the driveway.
Oh no.
So, yeah, my father-in-law and I picked the trailer up and moved it. And then we had the dumpster's there. He said, hey, I'll wait for you. I was about 10 minutes out. So he delivers the 40-yard dumpster to the driveway. Be able to get it in the driveway, squeeze it in, got this huge dumpster in. And then the gentleman comes out. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing? I was like, we're getting started. Like, I have to start getting rid of your stuff. So he agrees. I have probably, this day my contractor and my father-in-law was with me. So we're there. We're kind of just, letting them know our presence. We're there. And then I'm like, hey, the next day, tomorrow, we'll be back with my crew. So my crew will be here and they're going to start demoing and getting rid of all the stuff. It's a disgusting hoarder house. So he agrees. And then the crew gets there. He only lets them work for like an hour. I was like, I'm sorry, they're working. So get into a little big scuffle there. Come to find out, we come to an agreement. I write up a notice to vacate. And then I actually called Woodland PD to come with me. And then he signed the notice to vacate. Well, that was Saturday, the day after our call 2 weeks ago. So I gave him till Monday to get out. We're going to start Monday morning. You got till the weekend, basically. Cop's sitting right there. We're good. We sign it. He agrees. Monday comes. We show up again. They start working. They start taking stuff out. He's like, all right, well, that's fine. So we'll work till your guys work, and then we're just going to leave when you guys leave. Well, he doesn't leave. And I even have I'm like, hey, my guys will work and put your stuff in your trailer. We'll help you. I just want to expedite and get this done. So I'm paying my guys to help you leave.
Yeah.
So they load his trailer. They're helping him out. And he's like, he'll pick up a luggage that's been sitting outside in the rain for years. He's like, oh, I might use this one day. I was like, you're not going to use it. Throw it away. He's just got that hoarder mentality, right? So that was that Monday. He never left. So then the wife starts texting me, calling me. We know our rights. We're not leaving yet. We know what we can do. I said, okay, that's fine. Here we go then. So I left the dumpster there, and I'm not moving it. Like, I'm leaving the dumpster there. I was like, okay, I'll be back with the police. We'll be in contact. So 2 days ago, we initiated the eviction with the lawyer. They're still there. They're saying they're going to be out today, supposedly. But they've said this for weeks. So lawyers working on that now. So hopefully they'll get served next week or early next week. So I still do not have possession, and I have a 40-yard dumpster still sitting in the driveway. So it could be a very eventful and expensive eviction, or it could be simple. They don't know yet, because I'm playing a fine line of kind of staying on their good side, because they could technically damage this house even more. Or concrete down the toilet or whatever. I don't know. They could essentially ruin, make this deal bad. So they're not notified yet. I'm still talking to them like, hey, okay, let's be out this Friday. And then as soon as I find that they're not, they're going to get served. So we will see how dirty this will get. So hopefully next week I'll have good news for you guys. But yeah, still nothing really. It's been a battle. And I have holding costs on this house. I'm not getting rent for it anymore. So now it's it's starting to impact, because I think this house cost me about $4,500 a month to hold. So, that adds up. Interest only loans, that adds up. So
did you have a contract with them?
Yes. So and this was my mistake. This is a learning lesson I will tell everybody. This is an L I took. So I had a form of when making this deal. I used my heart more than my mind, if that makes sense. So the gentleman was going through it, pre-foreclosure. They're about to lose the house. It was a family home given to him. He just had a rough past. So when I closed on the property, I didn't do a large enough holdback. Usually for items like this, if he's like, hey, I just need the money, but I can't leave until I have a couple dollars in my pocket. You say he's making $50,000 on the deal. You do maybe $20K at closing, and then the other 30 when he leaves. I didn't do that, a big enough holdback. So he's walking away with good chunk of his own money, of the money of his equity. I only held back like $5,000, which isn't, that's not really hurting his pockets. If I held back like 30, then his pockets would, he's like, he'd spend that 20 and be like, hey, I need 30. Well, I need you to get out to get the 30. So learning lesson for everybody, if you're doing flips or dealing with these distressed properties, think about a hold. If there is equity in the property to the seller, think about a holdback. But I use my heart, and I was like, man, he'll be out in 2 weeks. I closed on that house December 26th. So it's been way longer than 2 weeks. Yeah. So I always recommend now that was a huge learning lesson for me, learning curve, and a loss that I'm now taking, but now, I'll never do it again. But yeah, so that is, and then now it could turn in even longer. Now the great, state of California evictions, he could be in for another year for all I know. He could be out next week. I don't know. I don't see him being in for a long time because he's got so many pods, those pod things in storage. I think he's got like 8 of them. So he's paying rent on those. He also has like 2 storage facilities. He's paying rent on those. I don't think he'll squat in the house and still pay rent on those. And I think he's also running out of money. He bought a motor home. He bought crazy. He paid $30,000 to solar. Like he doesn't have much money left just from what I see around the property. So yeah, I'm still staying on the good side, kind of. I was in contact with him yesterday. I was also talking to the lawyer. So kind of playing the fine line of, all right, here we go. I may just come to the point of offering like, and this is the worst part of real estate, of offering like $2,500 to leave, like a cash for keys kind of thing. Because that might be, it might suck and it's hard. I've done it before in my Alabama properties. I paid her like $1,100 to leave a property I bought, and it's hard, but it's cheaper than eviction. It's cheaper than holding costs, and it's like, let's just get this done. So I'm going to talk to them today. I might just try to offer the $2,500 and just, hey, I need the keys. Once I hand the keys, I'll give you $2,500,
Yeah,
So the occupant, is it the owner or a tenant?
The owner. This is the seller.
Oh.
He's the owner. Mom and dad handed him down the house, beautiful house, and he totally just trashed it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then took first out on it, took the second out on it, never paid him, was about to get foreclosed on. And I came in right before foreclosure auction and we were able to get it. But the deal still works. It still pencils out as we sit right now. I just need to get him out. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of similar. And, me being brand new. And so, like you said, you got the dumpster and all out there, but then he's still trying to fight with Jizzy. That's kind of what I'm going. I got an email Monday, and there's basically going to hit him with trespassing.
Yep.
Because similar. So I had a guy bought. I bought the house. So both supposedly, from what I'm hearing, like the sister was the power of attorney. So he moved in to take care of his mom. Dad died. So I think him and the sister got into it. She sold the house with the wholesaler. I bought it from the wholesaler. So then I'm like, hey man, I own this house. I mean, he's like, oh no, you don't. Why'd you buy this house? This mom, I told my mama I would die. I wasn't gonna sell this house. I died. And I'm just like, so I've been dealing with this now for a year. And so, but they were saying, oh, it's due to COVID, courts, this, that, and the third. But like I said, we had to hire a private investigator to actually get him served because everything was going to the house. He was writing stuff on it. Then the sheriff reached out to him and they said he was in Florida. The sheriff bought that. So it's like, us as investors, we gotta do the work. Like, don't trust that somebody's gonna look out for your best interest, because he sent back to the attorney, he'll be back in a while. And it was just like, I'm like, this dude is not in Florida. Like, I'm riding by the house once a week. All his cars are in the driveway. He's just telling y'all this, so y'all leave him alone.
Yep.
So it's so frustrating, as trying to get into these properties and get them turned, and then you got people that are just in the way. But you're trying to be a good person without, getting in trouble or getting arrested because you're just trying to get what's yours,
Yeah, there's so many thoughts and things.
Yes. Yes, and I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to be good, and so it's great that you have the community around you to kind of lift you. But man, it'd be some dark days, especially when
definitely.
because I'm riding by, I'm like, man, we're gonna have to do windows. I'm like, taking center block. I mean, it's 9 degrees.
Yeah.
But when do you just get to where you're just not being disrespected as a man and as an investor, and well done.
Yeah, I like
Posted
one of the days he had like he was like, hey, there's a shop on the property, like 1,000 square foot shop. He was like, hey, tell your guys to get out of the shop. I was like, that's my shop, Gary. But they're not leaving, they're still working. So like I do, like he's like one of those, like, disrespect me as a man. Like, I own this house, this is my house, so they can go wherever they want to go.
Well, see, and see that's one of the things too. This guy had 2 outbuildings on the property, and so I ride back by there. I'm like, man, where's that big old outbuilding? Because I'm like, man, I'm about to come up. I'm gonna take that building, take it to another property. Well. So needless to say, that outbuilding is gone now. So, but so it's like, so I don't even know if I could even push the envelope. But like I said, I just want this dude out so I can get my house.
How long's it been for the process for you?
I bought that house January 8th, 2024.
What?
Yeah. So you talking about 4,500 a month? I'm paying 1,180 a month. So
that's been over a year. Wow, and they cannot get them out still.
We didn't have a lease, and so here we go again. I'm just an investor. I'm not making excuses. I'm just an investor. Then so when I buy it, the wholesaler basically tells me, oh, we're going to help you. We're going to help you. We closed in 7 days. I about pulled all of my eyelashes and my eyebrows out. I've never. Now, mind you, I'm brand new. We got it done. We got it done. But then it's like, hey, we're going to help you get him out. It was a wholesaler. No, it didn't. They ghosted me. Then he was like, hey, go hire this property manager. She does this. She helps, she can help getting out. But we didn't have a lease with this guy. So, but no. It's a learning.
Yes.
I'm learning.
Yep.
Because like I said, I had some of my other buddies, hey man, just sell it. I'm trying to hold on to it. It's in a good market. I feel like I got a good price for it. So I'm trying to hold. But like I said, that was the part of me being young, eager, and trying to catch everything that I could, but it's learning. I don't, we all in this together, so hey, if I got a story, you got a story, but I know I'll make it out on the back end.
There you
go. So after that, I'll have a story to tell. We just, if we buy a house and somebody's in it, we're going to get them out before we get the authorities. Even if we got to get a box of snakes, drag some dogs in there, we're going to get them out before we get attorneys involved, for sure. So. Oh
man. So I'm hoping some news soon. What's the latest update you've gotten so far?
I got an email. Monday. He reached. So they, like I said, they served him with the private investigator, and then so he had 30 days to respond, and which I don't even know what that's about. See, a lot of this lingo I'm not even familiar, so I'm trying to communicate with the attorney. So basically, they're going to once we get a court date, they'll get him. Hopefully, we get him with trespassing, and for him to vacate the premises because he really don't have anything to. And that's another reason I hadn't been going by there, because I don't want him to say, hey, this guy's been coming by here harassing me. And they say, hey, give him another extra 30 days to get his stuff out. Absolutely not. So I just kind of stayed away. I just drive by the house back and forth just to see, worst case scenario, I just hope the dude don't off himself in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't want to,
So investors, we have to think like that, because if a person tell you, hey, I this is my mom's house, this is my mom's house, I'll die, before. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the same exact situation I'm in. He's in mom and dad's house, and this dude is he can't even walk from like the front door to the driveway without having to sit down. So he's not in good health already.
He's not. Yeah, right.
That was exactly my thought. Is please don't die in this house. I do not need that added onto this.
Yeah.
Oh man, thanks for sharing that. But I'm so sorry you're going through that one.
Oh no, man, no. Yeah, look, no need to be sorry, bro. I'm just like I said. We pushing through. We grinding. The biggest thing, man, just staying confident, staying encouraged, and like I said, I got all my ducks in a row. So soon as we can get him out, we changing locks. I got the crew. Like I said, I'm getting the dumpster, so I'm just getting all my ducks in a row so we can hit the ground running.
There you go.
And get in and get out. So yeah.
It'll feel good when it's officially you're inside.
I know. Look, bro, I'm having a party. You hear me?
Awesome.
You guys are amazing.
What's that?
I'm sorry. Say again.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well,
we actually just to share another win this week. We actually locked up another property last week, so I'll be buying another flip. Thank you. Here in the Bay Area, I close on Friday the 21st, so I'll be flipping. This will be another flip for mine. Just while we're waiting on this Woodland property, so we're finishing up. Or one is selling. Thank you, Rick. One is selling on Friday. One is we're 2 weeks out from finishing another one. And then I close on the next one on this coming Friday as well. So that will be able to keep my guys, working and the flow, jump from the next one. And then as soon as I get possession of Woodland, I'll have another crew on that one. So yeah, pretty big win. I actually toured it yesterday. Another win with the property I secured. There's a gentleman in our community who is an ex-investor, ex-fix and flip investor. He's done about 75 properties here in my area. And he now loans money to investors in our area. So he's strictly a private money lender. He'll come in full purchase price and 75% of your rehab, and he's just lends his money. So I've been trying to get in contact with him for about 6 months. He wasn't taking on any new investors. Well, finally, I got in contact with him on Tuesday. We talked for like an hour, just connected, knew a couple of the same people. He's been around for a long time. And then yesterday, he left his country club and then came and met me at the house. So I met him yesterday in person, and he just got the email late last night that he's going to fund the deal. So I found a new lender, private money guy. He'll now fund deals, and he's looking to scale and grow on his business, and I'm looking to scale and grow my business. So that was like 2 big wins for me, as we found a property and found a new private money lender for this last week.
How long into when you started did you start getting into private money?
So I'll put it like this. We were buying properties for 4 years. Me and a business partner were buying like the one rental at a time. We bought our first 2 cash, then we bought another one, then we learned seller finance, and then we bought 2 seller finance, and then it was kind of stagnant. I think I've talked about this before. I went to Deal Champs last year in March last year. Jason Pritchard, my mentor's meetup. And I joined his community earlier last year, January or so last year. And that's when my mindset changed. That's when I really became a dog. That's when I really just went hard and just put my head down and grinded. And that's when I bought 7 last year. And then I already got 2 this year. So that's when I really shifted. So I started, and that's when I learned private money, was being in his environment. That's his expertise. That's what he's great at, is private money. So I'll say on my first house that I bought by myself, summer of last year, I brought in private money. And that was from a coworker at PG&E. I was working at PG&E. That was a coworker who gave me $30,000 for my rehab for a property in Alabama. Till this day, I still have his $30,000 out. I just pay him interest, very little interest. But he's like, I don't care. It's not making any money sitting in my checking account, so just keep it.
Right.
So now I use that as my rehab money for my next Alabama. So and then I have a private money lender in Alabama who will fund my purchase prices. He will not do rehabs, but he'll fund my purchase prices. So I'm in all my Alabama properties $0 as long as purchase price is good and my rehab is around 30. So I found my private money lender in Alabama who will fund my purchase price. I've seller financed 2 deals from him. I've wholesaled a deal to him. It was an off the paper wholesale deal, but I threw him a deal, and he's a huge flipper out in Alabama. And one day I just called him and asked him, "Hey, how's this area? What do you think about this?" And he says, "Oh, I like it. I'll fund it." Like, what? And he knows the game and understands it. Now he's bought 4 from me. I've got one out with him now that I'm going to refi out soon. And now he's like, "Yeah, let me know whenever you get a good deal. If it's a good number, I'll fund it for you." And then I have my other friend's money out that I just pay him interest. So I'm in those deals, nothing. It was just harder out here to find private money because now I'm not asking for 60 grand for a purchase. I'm asking for 402,000 right now. So it's the same. They're still making money on the deal. It's a bigger ask. People will tell you it's not.
More payments, more holding costs.
More payments, more holding. Exactly. Like, people say, "Oh, it's just a number," depending if it's 500K or 50K. But no, when you're asking for 400,000, it's a little different than asking for 50. He'll still be first position on the loan. He understands the game. That's all he does now is he golfs and he funds deals. And essentially, and I've talked about this also, like, I want to get to that point of just lending my money out. I want to build up a big enough nest egg, and I just lend on my deals. If my kids want to buy a house and flip it, I'll come in first position, fund the deal, because he's making life so easy. And now I can scale. Like, I had to come up with a down payment on a hard money loan for this property, and I already have the hard money ready to go. But he's like, "Hey, I'll let you know officially tonight, but I'll fund it. But we got to run our numbers on our end, and tonight I'll have it ready for you." So his deals, on this deal I just bought, it's not a home run, but it keeps my guys working. So I bought it for $400,000. The ARV on it is 575, and I think I could probably go higher. I just run conservatively, so 575, and it needs 65K of rehab. So my spread isn't huge like my other ones, but because I didn't go direct to seller on this one was from a wholesaler. So the wholesaler had to make a little commission as well, which is fine. I don't mind paying that. So he'll come in 75% ARV. So 75% of 575 is about 431. So he'll give me 431,000. So that's purchase price plus 30 grand of rehab. So I would be in this deal possibly about 30 grand of my own money of the rehab, which is at my own time, my own speed, my own pace. But he gives it as draws. So I'll go do the flooring, I'll go paint the house. And he'll come back, he'll give me 10 grand or whatever it costs me to do that. And then I'll go do the kitchen and I'll do the bathrooms, and he'll come back and give me another 10 grand at his max, and he's done. And then I pay him interest every month. It's usually a year loan, interest only, and then he charges 2 points. He's a little expensive, but it's quick and easy.
That's what I'm doing. I pulled out a HELOC on my house, so I paid cash for this property. And then if I need more money, I have family money that I can get some money on. I worked out a deal with them.
Yeah.
Or I'll pay them 6-7%, but I don't pay it till the end, until I burn it out.
6-7, that's awesome.
They don't care. They're making more than they are on where it's at.
Yeah.
And they know they're getting it back.
I'm paying 12 right. Well, Esther, for 2 of my private money lenders, I'm paying 12. Sorry, 3 of my private money lenders I'm paying 12, and then this guy is 10%. The one I just met yesterday.
Yeah, my HELOC's 11.5.
Yeah.
So,
and those, yeah. So I try to be well above market. Starting out with private money, I try to be well above it to entice the deal. Once we get a couple deals under our belt, once they know they're making money, once they know I'm reliable, making my payments, then we can start negotiating interest rates. Or if rates go down tremendously, I can come back and say, "Hey, rates are now down to 4 or 5. I'm not going to pay you 12 to 14 anymore. I'll pay you 10 or 8 or 9. Still an incentive. It's still better than market, but I have to fluctuate with my business as well, because I can go out and get hard money for probably cheaper than that, So I just think right now, starting out, it's cool to offer a little bit more just to build that relationship, because private money is hard and it's hard to find. How I started out with that was I actually got lucky by just calling the gentleman, and he said, "Hey, I'll fund it." But other than that, I just wrote down in my notes on my phone everybody who I thought had a couple dollars in their pocket, whether they did or didn't. So I had probably 15 or so people, just immediate friends, family I can think of. And when I had a deal under contract, I just called them. And I was looking for one of the deals, I was looking for 120. So I built a really cool sheet that just showed the project, what I bought it for, my numbers, the ARV, some pictures of it, of the trash property, little background on myself. And I was just calling, "Hey, Joe, hey Joe, anybody in your network, do you or anybody in your network know of anybody who would be interested on making double-digit returns backed by real estate? So then that would pique their interest. Like, what do you mean? Like, elaborate a little bit. And I wanted to word it like that to give them something to question, open ended questions, right? Like, what does that mean? Well, you would fund this deal. You'd be on title as the bank essentially, and I would pay you an interest every month on your money at this rate of 12 to 14% or so. So I would ask it, is anybody in your network interested? Not just like I'm asking you for money, because people would think you call a friend and you're like, I think they're asking for money. Like, no, it's going to the deal. I'm not touching your money at all. It's going into the property. So it took a lot of that, and it's hard. Like, I'd be at my daughter's soccer practice with my AirPods in, talking to private money, like just trying to find money for this deal. It's a grind. It's hard. Getting told no sucks. Feeling like that, like you're feeling like you're asking for money. It sucks, and you feeling like they think that you just need money. Like, no, I just want to, I need more because I got more deals coming, and I can't fund all these deals. So it is a grind. It's hard. And then Esther, I see you said, when do I refinance? I don't want a renovation. So are you talking about like for a BRRRR?
Yeah, I'm going to Deal Champs in April too.
Oh, are you? Nice.
Yes.
See you there.
Yes, BRRRR.
A BRRRR. So yeah, when I do a BRRRR, the latest one I just did. So purchase price was $65K, renovation was 20 or 15, I think. So I'm all in 80. So on that one, I have a lender who will do low value loans, and there's no seasoning period. So that's important to find, one, for the low value, two, for the seasoning period. Some people want to see a year. In California, sometimes it's a year. It depends on the lender, of course, and the type of loan. So as soon as I know I'm almost done, I start the refi process. That way the appraisal comes once my contractor says, hey, we're good, we're wiping our hands clean, everything's good. The appraiser's there, they're starting the loan and going from there. So I do it fairly quickly. I have one that we're doing right now. We're doing the bathrooms next week. So I'll start that one in probably about 2 weeks. Just start it, because it takes a little bit for the underwriting process. So I'll start that loan to refi out of that one. And I bought that property February. I don't know. Yeah, I think early February. So we're going to be in and out pretty quick.
So don't the lender looking at the value, how much it will be rented?
Well, they want to make sure the DSCR covers the loan, right? So you have to make sure your rent is going to cover the loan, usually a 1.25. So yes, and they want to see a lease in place.
Yes. So basically need to wait until you find the renter.
Correct. Yes, they will require a lease in place. Yes, which this property I bought with the tenant in. The day I closed, he was on month to month. The day he was paying $1,200, I called him the day we closed and I said, hey, I'm raising your rent to $1,400, but I'm also going to renovate your property. Sent him a lease immediately that day, put him on a lease for a year at $1,400, which I knew would cover and more. And then I'm starting to renovate the property. So I backed it up I sent my guys in there the next week, and he's already got new floor, new paint, and then he's getting 2 new bathrooms. So it's getting, I'm a man right where it's getting renovated, and he sees the fruits of his $200 extra a month of rent. I'm keeping him happy. I already have my lease in place, so I can refinance out as soon as we're done with the work. Now it's back. The ball's back in my court. Like, we're just waiting until we're done with the work.
So the tenants stay when you raise $200 more.
He stayed.
Oh, and
but I took that into account when buying the property. I knew he was on a month-to-month for $1,200, and I knew $1,400 probably wouldn't make or break the deal. I knew I needed to be at $1,400, but I knew it wouldn't make the break. He's not going to leave and move his family for $200 when I'm also renovating your property. So I was very transparent about that. Hey, I'm going to give you a new bathroom. I'm going to give you new flooring. I'm going to paint this house. I'm going to do the yard, cut trees down. We're going to do all this, but in return, we're going to need $200 extra rent, and I need you on the lease. He was more than happy. I probably should have went up to 15, to be honest. Like, he was more than happy to do that.
Hey Vincent, were they still living in the property while you did all the renovations?
They're still still living in there, moving things around. My guys are in there helping them move stuff around.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's kind of why we're slowing down a little bit, because he's like, hey, I'm painting the room, but I got to move the room and move it back in. So it is more work for them. But it's one of those. I'm getting rent every month for it while we're renovating. So
is that in Alabama?
Yes. Yep.
Is the economy there, like, are good quality homes hard to come by?
Like, what do you mean by good quality?
So for them to feel comfortable staying in place and you bumping their rents, like, I could see where a tenant may want to stay there because they're like, hey, for us to relocate and find another place is going to be a big challenge.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, find something that's, comparable, but yet also, if you're fixing up, we're going to get a new place. We're going to get a new place versus if we were to go and find another place for the same amount, can we find something similar? Mm-hmm. If it's hard to find something similar, then I could see like just staying in place.
Yeah. So my rents, I wasn't asking for like way above, way over. He's paying market rent now, and he's on a lease, so he knew it was fair to ask for what is the fair market rent in the area, and then you're also getting a brand new, renovated property essentially. So I think that we were super transparent with each other. I told him, like, hey, I'm gonna fix up the property, but I need this in return. He was completely cool with it. He pays on the first of every month, very reliable. He actually, like, my contractor's like good friends with him now. Like, everything worked out on this one. I won't say all of them have. The latest one I just bought, the one before that I just bought, we're putting a new roof on next week. And that one, same thing. I bought with the tenant in place. I got in contact with her. I'm gonna fix you. She's been there 20 something years, so I knew she wasn't leaving. She was at it's like $650 or $700 a month, and I raised her up to $1,200. And she was like, "That's fine. Like, I don't mind." So she knew she was under market for years. She just was quiet, didn't complain anything. I did buy the property with sight unseen, so there was a lot of deferred maintenance that we are now dealing with now. But I bought it for 40 cents on the dollar. So there's still room to fix up whatever in that property. And it's a tiny, like, 900 square foot house. But I knew she was there for 20 something years. She wasn't going to leave all her stuff and everything behind for a couple $100 a month. So I raised her. She pays every month as well. And we're putting a new roof on, and we're going to be painting and floors all done in her house as well. So I think it's just these people, they're low income. They don't want to leave or move or uproot their family for a couple $100 if they can make it swing. I'm sure there is people out there that would like, $50 a rent. I can't do that. Like, no, I'm literally stuck to my budget and I'll have to leave. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I think we've all moved and we see how stressful and challenging it is. And like, I don't want to move for a couple $100, How long did it take to do the renovation inside the house with tenants in? And these two will be my first two, full renovation with the tenant in. I closed on this last one. I'll tell you exactly. Okay, I closed, beginning of February. So like February 3rd on this property. And we just finished last week with flooring and paint and starting the bathrooms tomorrow or Monday. So it took them about 2 weeks, I would say, of constant work. And that's with the tenant in place. That's moving some furniture and things and they had to do the flooring, so everything had to get moved. And there's like an addition in the back of the house. So there's a lot of flooring for that property. But I was transparent with the tenant. Hey, you're gonna have some construction going on. He helped my contractors move, and like he was very, very willing to do it just because he's getting a new house. So I think it'll take us about a month. The bathrooms will probably be another week and a half. They're small and easy. We're just doing tiling and a new toilet and flooring. That's it. So probably another week and a half, and then I have some outside stuff to do on that one, and I'll start the refi process. So that one will be fairly quick. I would say a month and a half on this one.
On your flips, are you in-house the whole thing, or are you subbing out a lot?
So everything goes through my guy. So name's Eli. So everything goes through Eli. So Eli will, if we need, for example, we had to change some GFIs. His cousin will come do it, like, you know, and he'll handle it all like himself. And that's why I keep him busy, because he takes a lot of weight off my back. I'm not having to go run and get 6 things. Like, he's like, no, we'll just, you let me know what you want done. You pick out the finishes and stuff, and other than that, I'll take care of it. So he's at the store picking stuff up. He's going here. I'm just kind of paying for things and doing things over the phone. I've given him my card. Like, he makes it really easy.
You're managing the operation. You're not really
Yes.
scheduling or anything else. You're just managing, looking for more properties.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just keeping him busy. That's all I say is, I'm just going to keep you working. He's like, that's fine. I'll be with you.
See, I'm running into an issue right now is I have so much remodel work that all of a sudden came up.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to figure out how I'm going to get the flips done too.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, kudos to you for doing your own. I know you said, you know, you're very meticulous. You want to do it yourself, but I would say, like, hands off to that. Like, have somebody else do it if the numbers work, obviously.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you have to do it yourself. Then you got to do it yourself. But
Well,
you also have to make money and survive.
But I can take employees and put them up there, so I can go
Oh.
up there, get the stuff I need to do, and just leave. Like, one employee is going to be camped out there for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to set them up with the kitchen will be set up, and I'll put a bed in there and everything else.
Oh, nice.
And I've already worked that out. And one of my guys has a motorhome and stuff. He's going to bring that up there. So my thought is, I'm just going to hire more people and have it to where I have a crew that we kind of in between go both ways. But yeah, that's nice. Like, I am going to look for other subs too for certain things. Like, I don't want to do roofing.
Yeah.
If I have to, I will. I don't want to.
Especially this time of year. I think it's raining right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's pouring. Like, yeah, that's why I've been on the phone so much. We had to pivot. We had to on what we're doing today.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
How do you guys find contractors or sub?
I am a contractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about you finding subs?
Well, I've been a contractor at 31 years, in the industry for 37. So I've known people forever.
So are you local? Are you doing construction local where you live?
My remodeling business is in Sacramento and the surrounding areas. My property is about an hour away that I'm starting on Monday.
So an hour away. You
but I
don't
have
go.
a motorhome or a trailer that's going to stay up there, so I'll go up there, stay there for 3-4 days, and my guys will stay there the whole time we're working on that project.
So what I'm trying to find out is how to find contractor basically remotely from.
Remotely, I would check your property managers, real estate agents. I'm not a huge fan of these sites like Thumbtack, Angie's List, all that. Some of those are kind of a hit and miss. But yeah, real estate agents and their property managers are the biggest one, and definitely talk to them first.
That's what I was gonna say. Is referrals is gonna be are you talking for local or out of state?
For out of state.
Yeah, your biggest thing is gonna be referrals. Real estate agents, other investors, wholesalers, property managers. You're gonna have to just talk to people out there. Have 3 or 4 of them walk the property, have 3 or 4 of them give you a quote. Just talk to them, connect with them, like, first and foremost, or get their prior work, see if they have pictures, see if you can look up other remodels on houses that have sold or houses that are pending, things like that. Just vet them like an interview, essentially. Mine came from my main contractor in Alabama, came from my HVAC guy. My HVAC guy came from my electrician, I want to say. So it was literally like, hey, my friend does this. He's good at this. And now they all communicate and work together. So I'll go, hey, Jerry, this house needs this. Cool. Me and so-and-so and so-and-so will go take care of it, because we're all boys. We're all cool. We all do the same work. We all know we're good. So now it's kind of easier for me that I took the referrals from them because they work together. So he's like subbing everything out under him. And he's like, oh, I'll just call Joe. Joe will come over and do the electrician. Or I'll just call Mike. Mike will come over and do the plumbing. And they just handle it all in-house themselves. So it's a stress and a weight off my back because I took the referrals from each one of them. So I would say just connect with everybody in the trade knows somebody that does something else in all the trades.
Don't property management want to keep their own contact, their own
depends
contractor or something?
So it depends on one depends on the size of the company. They could have their own team, full-time team. They could be subbing out. They could just be calling Roto-Rooter for a plumbing issue. I don't know. It all depends. More than likely, I think they will have their own connections though. But I've talked to property managers in Alabama who are just starting out, and they have like maybe 6 properties under their belt. So like they don't have the team yet. They're just kind of subbing out and calling Joe who knows how to put sheetrock up, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm investing in Gary, and looks like Gary has, like adjacent cities, even though Gary is not really appreciating. I mean, it doesn't have appreciation really for the property, but cash flow. But adjacent cities has better future, so I just wonder. Yeah, I'm trying to build
Yeah,
a team
Gary,
there.
I have a really strong connection I met through Lindsay in Gary. It's a company called Estate Squared Away.
Yeah, that's Angelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know him.
Yeah. So Esther,
That's
they
Angelo.
huh?
Is that Angelo?
Yeah. You know him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know her.
Then there you go. I think that's your best stop, for everything Gary.
My problem with him has been communication. His real estate agent has been better, but I've had some issues with communication with Angelo. And I would love from Rick if you have any feedback on that to get a hold of him. Or do I need to?
Well, I mean, did you sit through the initial, I don't want to call it a sales pitch, but explanation of Gary with him?
Yes, but he's got an agent that I'm trying to find this in my emails that I've been dealing with more. He's been easier to get a hold of. It seems like Angelo is building a little bit quick, and it's going to become a problem for him.
Yeah, he's quite busy.
Yeah,
I can see that, but I've also had pretty good experience because he manages the property for me there.
right. So is he technically the property manager?
I would reach out to him specifically. I don't really want to speak on his behalf with that. He's juggling multiple things.
Yes.
Yeah, he find out. I mean, he has a team of people. So property management, construction management, you know, agent himself, and some other things that he's doing. Yeah, he's expanding quite fast and bigger, and with all of us, he get really too busy.
Now, here's my only concern with Gary, because I was talking to Mike about it. Are you guys having issues with getting properties rented?
No, I think there is a season actually. The April through October is a good season.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And for me, no, not sorry, Esther, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's good to know, because that was one of my bigger concerns.
Yeah, no,
what I want to do is get a whole bunch of people, and I've talked to several people about this, get a whole bunch of people that are investing in Gary and create some social marketing campaigns for the outlying areas to get people coming in to rent there. It wouldn't cost us that much if we get a group of 10 people together to do that.
Great idea. Let's do it. But no, I was going to say, Angelo filled a vacant unit for me as part of my duplex there. Over winter, it was higher rent than what I was getting before. So no worries there.
Yeah, it sounds like that Angelo is the property manager, and the guy I've been dealing with is the mortgage guy or the real estate agent. I'm not sure though. That's what I got to find out, is that dynamic, because I've been in business a long time, so I need to know the dynamic of what they're doing.
Yeah, ask him. He'll tell you. He's very transparent.
Yeah. So, because communication's a big thing for me. I don't care if you have time, just tell me that. Get back to I need to get back to you in a couple days. I've got too much going on, and that's fine because I'm the same way. It's just communicate that.
He's got another person on the team. I forgot his name.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
Oh yeah, Mike is it Mike or something?
I think it's Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, Lindsay connected me with them via email. I haven't really met them or anything, but and then Angela was in Vegas.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Well, does anybody else have anything want to discuss? Questions, wins, losses, anything they're working on?
Quick one, Vincent. Yeah. What kind of properties are you getting in California area?
Yeah. So I'm the two I have in Pleasant Hill are townhouses. My Woodland one is a single family, and then the Vallejo one I'm doing is a single family. So these are standard cosmetic rehabs. My Woodland one's gonna be an extensive rehab, but pretty standard, just modernizing, not really doing any structural changes, just modernizing and making it pretty again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder if I could get properties in Seattle area actually.
100% you can.
Yeah. So
100%. I didn't think I could, and then I went and bought like 3 at the same time. Like I was always telling myself, I'll just be out of state. I'm just gonna stay out of state. It's just cheaper. And then last year it just changed, and now it's like now we're probably gonna do 1 a month minimum, just to keep everybody working and flowing. And that might be too much, but yeah, now it's like it's a fun little game. The deal is the hardest thing to find. The money will come. The deal is the hardest thing by far to find.
So basically, you bought the property. You buy property and then sell it.
Correct.
Doing a flip in California.
Correct. So okay. Yeah, flip in California, buy and hold out of state in Alabama.
Mm.
Are you 1031ing those?
No,
you are not. So
no.
you're taking straight
capital gains.
Capital gain.
Yep.
I was talking to Matt about this. You can 1031 them.
Yeah, but I'm also doing this for active income.
Okay.
So I eventually will on some of them, but now that I left the W-2, I need active income.
Gotcha.
But yes, I will on some other projects, probably 1030. I'm actually working on a 7-unit portfolio right now in Alabama. That's when I've thought about, like, because I'm, still have funds, we're fine, but I thought about just rolling that money into that portfolio. So I don't know yet, but right now I just need the active income.
Even holding it for a year drops that 15 for 20%.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my rates are so high, my holding cost kind of wipes that out. So it's
gotcha.
like it's a fine line to play. Do you just pay the capital gain? It's that's why you got to make sure your spreads are good too. Like you can't make 15K on a flip and then you're paying capital gains on that, and you're walking like, was it worth it for 3 months of work to make $7,000? Like it's not worth it at that point.
Well, plus real estate transfer fees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's why I've been looking at flips going, man, I don't see the value in some of them. It's just they're hard to find that value.
Yeah. My spreads are generally pretty good. That's why I go direct to selling. Wholesaling, I negotiate with the wholesaler for like 2 days, and I just beat out the other offer by $2,000. So I'll make on this one I'm selling on Friday, I should make about 105, and then the next one that sells in about 2 weeks, I should make about 120. Woodland, depending on when I get in there, I'm not sure, but this Vallejo one, it'll be about a 45K spread, so it's a little like a single. I'm sorry, 45K profit. So it just keeps the guys working. It's not a home run, but I'll just move on to the next one. At least it keeps them going. So it keeps my labor rate down.
Yeah, because you keep them working. They're not going out looking for other stuff, finding, hey, we can make more money over here.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. Well, if you guys are good or have anything else, please let me know. I'm here, or Jim's here, Esther.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes, you guys as well. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you guys for showing up as always. Lindsay will be back next week, and we'll just keep doing this, keep growing.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you guys
Bye.
have a good weekend. Thank you.
Yep.